Hey guys, so this channel has just recently passed the 1000 subscriber mark, and I want to use this as an opportunity to thank you, to thank all the people who have ever watched my videos, but especially to thank you, my subscribers, my 1202 subscribers right now, because by passing the 1000 subscriber mark, YouTube gave me the opportunity to expand my instruments, basically, to communicate better with you guys, because, for example, I can now make use of the community tab where I have already made a few polls where I asked you guys what project you want me to tackle next and so on and so forth. And soon I might even be accepted to the YouTube Partner Program, which means that I could monetize my videos. And as you all know, this is currently still non-profit. I don't get any money from YouTube because I don't have enough watch time right now. And secondly, I don't have any sponsors. That's not really a problem because I see this as a hobby. You know, I want to retell the story of the Kök-Türks to as many people as possible. And obviously I have a lot of viewers from Turkey, but also from Germany since last autumn, but also from countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, even India, Brazil, South Korea. And that's very fascinating because it shows to me that there indeed is interest not only in Turkish history but also in Turkic history, you know, going beyond what the Seljuks did and what the Ottomans did. And we all know that the Seljuk and even more the Ottoman dynasty is arguably the most important Turkish dynasty ever. But that is only because there have been so many books written and so many movies and documentaries made about the Ottomans. You know, everybody knows them. But how many people know about the Seljuks? Probably a lot less than about the Ottomans. And then when we go even further back in time, who has ever heard in Europe about the Oguz Federation? You know, this group of Turkish or Turkic tribes called the Oguz were living from 800 to around 1100 AD near the Aral Sea and the Caspian Sea. And this is where the Seljuks and the Ottomans and other Turkish dynasties like the Akkoyunlu, the Karakoyunlu, or even the Pechenik people and the Kipchak people originated from. Now, I don't expect everyone to know about these facts, but what I wanted to do by making a series about the Kök-Türks is basically explain why the Seljuk and why the Ottoman people, and of course why the Turkish people of Turkey currently have the mentality that they have. You know, why they did the things that they did, because they came into the Middle East and Anatolia and Southeastern Europe as conquerors, but they didn't come here for fun. You know, what happened before? What caused them to migrate to other regions? And if I want to know why the people emigrated from the Oguz Federation near the Caspian Sea, I need to take a look at what happened before, and what happened before was the empire of the Kök-Türks. And that is why I began this channel by making a documentary about the Kök-Türk people. And there are two things that I want to talk about right now. The first thing is what is currently happening with the Kök-Türk documentary, Rise of the Kök-Türks. You know, I've just recently released episode 8 of the series, and I wanted to do something different this time. I know that my videos are very political, obviously, and perhaps they're not as interesting or as intense as the videos of other history channels on YouTube. But the thing is, Kök-Türk history is very complicated. And what I wanted to do first is make a rundown of the entire history without making it too superficial. You know, I wanted to go into the details. And especially with regards to Chinese history, or rather the history of the Kök-Türks in connection with China, I have to say it is very, very complicated. But thankfully, the Chinese sources have been translated into English quite a few decades ago, which means that I can use these Chinese sources to tell you more about what actually happened with Mukhan and Issyk and especially Taspar Khan in northern China. Now, I wasn't able to tell you about why Taspar converted from Tengrism to Buddhism. He simply did because I guess he wanted to. Maybe he was even a bit naive. But I was able to tell you what caused this conversion and especially the consequences of it. What I want to do next is I will tackle the Kök-Türk civil war that followed from 584 to 603. This basically caused the split of the Kök-Türk Empire into the western part and the eastern part. And the split was never again reverted, you know, it was never undone. This is perhaps one of the most important time periods of Turkish history and Turkic history as a whole, because this is basically what laid the foundation for the migration of the people to the Caspian Sea, and then of the Oghuz people to Anatolia, the Middle East and Southeastern Europe. But I think this will take a bit of time because the civil war is even more complicated than the intra-Chinese wars where the Kök-Türk took part in. And that is why I will begin my second project simultaneously. And my second project is not about the Oghuz people yet, but about the Hunnic people, about the Xiongnu, because there obviously is a connection, perhaps not genetically, but culturally at least and politically, between the Kök-Türk people and the Xiongnu, or the Hunnic people, the ancient Huns. What I want to know from you guys is, are you more interested in Hunnic history or in Oghuz history? Because the poll that I conducted a few weeks ago was rather indecisive. There was equal interest in the Oghuz history and the Hunnic history. And what do you guys think? Write in the comments below. Would you rather watch a documentary about the Hunnic people next, or maybe about the Oghuz people? And don't worry, I'm gonna tackle both topics either way, but this is just a matter of, you know, what I should do first. And then I have some further positive news, because I have just a few weeks ago opened up a online shop. You can go to thekhanstand.com right now and basically buy products that I can sell you by using dropshipping with Turkic symbols on it. So you can buy base caps and even umbrellas, t-shirts obviously, you know, basic apparel and things for home and living with Turkic symbols on it, or special Turkic signs. I'm not gonna go into detail why I do this, because the people that are interested basically know why. Unfortunately, many symbols of Turkic history are being totally ignored by manufacturers in Turkey and worldwide. And I think that if there are caps and shirts and bags with Ottoman symbols on it, or Islamic symbols, then it is certainly not wrong to sell products with old Turkic symbols from Tengrism and from the time of the Kök-Türks and so on. So go to thekhanstand.com right now, and each time you buy something, you obviously support me a little bit. You know, if you buy, for example, a mug for $6.99, then I get around $1 of it. And of course I will use this money to further finance this project, because even after my videos have gotten monetized, I don't think that I will earn more than $10 or $20 a month. And you know, that's not even enough to cover the costs of the software that I use to record my voice and make the videos and then upload it. And it would be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm glad that you guys have stayed loyal to my channel, and I promise you I will upload videos even more frequently in the future. And yeah, stay tuned.